Hi, Maria here. Welcome to my channel. Today I want to share with you fragrances that I think are lovely, beautiful. Some of them are absolutely gorgeous, but for whatever reason, they're either associated with a bad memory or I got sick wearing them somehow and they're forever tainted. But before I get started, if you haven't subscribed, just go ahead and hit that button. Join the Weird and Wonderful family. It would be amazing to have you part of the community, and let's get into this. So I'm going to start with the one that I like the least. I know a lot of people really enjoy this one. This one I struggle with, but I'll explain to you what happened. It is Girl of Now Forever by Elie Saab. Now, this went on sale at Shoppers Drug Mart for $20. So I had been at the lake with my family and I was in Sylvan Lake, Alberta. So I always would just stop at the Shoppers Drug Marts to see what they had on their end cap. And they had this. And so I was so pumped because this wasn't on sale anywhere. So I was so excited to pick this up. And so I opened it up immediately in the car and I fell in love with it. I could smell like lemon. I could smell a little bit of raspberry. I could smell a little bit of almond. And so I was so pumped. So I got home, the week went by or whatever. I sprayed it a couple of times and I had fallen in love with it. So I wore it for a video, and in the video, I talked it up. And I was like, oh, this smells like lemon zest and raspberries with kind of an almond kind of cookie crust. What it reminded me of was like an almond lemon raspberry tort. And so I was just in love with it. I was so excited. But, and I still, like when I smell it, I think it smells really nice. But after the video, I got off and I got all excited. I sprayed myself big time. Like I just went ham, sprayed it all over. I'm like, this is the most amazing thing ever. And then as it sits on the skin, it started to get more and more just kind of thick, cloying, and it ended up smelling like tart, sour Play-Doh on my skin. So it smelled fine as long as I didn't go too close to my arms that were completely saturated in it. But as soon as I would smell it, I would be like, whoa, because I have never been a fan of Play-Doh. Like Play-Doh in me, I didn't like playing with Play-Doh as a kid. I thought it was really fun making things with it, but I hated the way my hands smelled. And especially homemade Play-Doh, I couldn't stand it. I still to this day am not a Play-Doh fan. And yeah, that smell, any sort of a doll's head, I didn't enjoy smelling doll heads as a kid. It just smelled disgusting to me. So in the end, yeah, this one, it fell flat. I got feeling quite sick from it and really never recovered. So this one, to this day, I've tried wearing it about twice more and I just can't do it. Nice fragrance, definitely not as great as the other Girl of Now releases, but this one, I can't wear it. Like I just can't wear it. Too bad, but that's the reality. Now the other one, I was looking for it in my collection. I can't find it. I know it's there somewhere, but like it's getting a little out of hand. Anyway, Shaghaf Oud. So I love Shaghaf Oud. I still love wearing that one. So it wasn't wrecked for me, but for whatever reason, I decided to wear it on a very hot day, which didn't even make sense because it's a very heavy rose oud praline combination. It's delicious. Like it's a jammy rose, quite a lot of oud in that one. And it's quite loud. Like it definitely projects. It stays on the skin in beast-like fashion. So it's super strong. And I decided in like 25 plus Celsius weather to just go crazy with the sprays. And so unfortunately, it made me feel a bit sick. It wasn't too bad. Like it wasn't like I got nauseous from it, but like it was just so thick. Like I felt like I was in a stifled bubble of rose oud jam. And like you go to breathe and it's like you smell rose oud right here. Like it was just too thick. So that wasn't a good experience. I've learned to go really light with that fragrance because it is so potent, but I still totally love it and still wear it. Now, the next fragrance that I feel so sad about is Fragrance Du Bois' Siberian Rose. This is a beautiful fragrance. Like even now when I smell it, it smells so beautiful, but I cannot bring myself to wear this one. The reason why, and this is like, it's so weird because I haven't smelt this one in a long, long time. And I still talked about it quite often because I do think it's a beautiful fragrance. And this one is kind of sobering. So I got this the same time that I caught COVID. Unfortunately, with COVID, I put it on. I was starting to lose my sense of smell. And so I smelt this and I could still smell it for sure. And then I had gotten this one and Milano, and then I had gotten a few other fragrances from Sephora at the same time. And I could smell this one, I think, the most. Milano, actually, I struggle with for the same reason, but not as much. This one is definitely more. Like I have like almost like a visceral response to this one. In fact, like seriously, just smelling this fragrance, I almost feel like crying, bizarrely, because it makes me think of when I got COVID. Now, COVID, unfortunately for me, I have always struggled with bronchitis and different stuff like that. I'd had pneumonia, I think twice due to influenza, so it wasn't uncommon for me. And I was actually anticipating that I could potentially get pneumonia if I did get COVID. And certainly I did. I ended up having to be in the hospital. It was very dramatic. Like basically, I didn't know I needed to be hospitalized until it was almost too late and I passed out. I passed out. I waited until I got to the hospital to pass out, only for a couple seconds. But I'd lost the ability to speak because I didn't have enough oxygen. So it was really rather traumatic. And this was the last fragrance that I smelt just before I lost my ability to smell. So like the scent memory is totally attached to this one. And I also, when I did smell this, I was feeling so sick already prior to losing the scent, but just smelling it, like I think about being sick every time, even though this fragrance didn't make me sick, because of when I wore it. I really, really, like, I don't ever put this one on because it, like, and I have worn it quite a lot, but I was trying to force myself to love it because it was such a pricey fragrance. And now I'm just like, I can't do it. I've got enough beautiful fragrances. This has too heavy of a scent memory for me. So yeah, I ended up in the hospital for 9 days on oxygen, the whole time on oxygen. So I came out of it, which I'm very thankful for, and had like some really amazing experiences in the hospital. So if you search up Maria Collette COVID, my COVID experience, I did a video on it if you're interested, but this is forever attached to that memory. And so that's the other thing I want to say. For the most part, I never wear fragrance to anything that I may have some bad memory attached to it. So like funerals, I won't wear fragrances to a funeral. Anything that's serious, that I'm worried about an outcome, I won't wear a fragrance, because if the outcome is poor, it's forever attached to that scent. And basically, I don't want to wear it. So anyway, this one didn't make me sick, but it's attached to probably the worst sickness I ever had. Now, the next one is L'Interdit by Givenchy. I talk about this fragrance. I think it's absolutely beautiful. When I smell it, I love it. Like, it's a syrupy, beautiful pear fragrance with bubblegum tuberose. Actually, interestingly, this one is kind of a fruity tuberose fragrance as well. And both of these are similar to YSL's Supreme Bouquet. Like, they all kind of are in that same family. So it could be the scent profile that is off for me because I loved it. Before, I wanted Tuberose Imperial by BDK. I wanted Supreme Bouquet by YSL. Love, love, love this one. In fact, for a while, I figured that this was definitely my favorite fragrance. But unfortunately, again, I wore it on a really hot day and I doused myself in it because I just wanted to smell all gorgeous. And it not only made me so nauseously sick because of the heat and how much I put on, but I also got a really bad headache because this, with the heat, was headache inducing. So I had a bad headache, which also increased the nausea. So unfortunately, this is one that I really have to be in the mood for. As much as I think it's beautiful, like it's such a beautiful fragrance. Unfortunately, being sick with it on kind of ruined it for me. Now, the last one is actually recent, and it is the Chronic by Byron Perfumes. Now, I think that this is an absolutely beautiful, beautiful fragrance. So this one has cinnamon and pepper. It's ambery. There's a little bit of leather, some patchouli, sandalwood, a little bit of musk. To me, what I get is just this delicious kind of creamy, spicy fragrance. Quite sweet. I was so in love with it on the weekend, so I wore it and I really went in ham, like literally. I've got to stop doing that. Every time it's because I go ham with it. I don't do well if I put too much fragrance on, so I like a little bit of a scent bubble, but if I go crazy, it doesn't do great things for me. So anyway, I sprayed this fragrance on. I thought I smelled amazing. I was meeting up with my friend Hessie for coffee. And so I figured, oh, that'll be great. I gone ham. Normally I smell her fragrance. She never smells mine because I don't put much on. So I thought, well, I'll put some on so she could smell it. So I did that. And the first thing that she said to me is, what are you wearing? And I said, the Chronic. And she went, oh, it smells grapey. And I don't know why, but that threw me off. And then all I could smell was grape, spicy grape, spicy cinnamon grape. And now that's all I smell. It's like that pickle juice thing. I don't know what happened, but it went from smelling so rich, so luxurious, so amazing. And I still think it's a gorgeous fragrance. I can see why people love this, but between putting too much on and then all of a sudden noticing this grapey vibe mixed with spices, it threw me off and it lingered forever. So the power in this fragrance is amazing. Like I put this on in the morning and I smelled like this until I went to bed. I couldn't get rid of it. It was on my clothes. It was in my hair. It was on my arms. Like I was in this beautiful, beautiful scent bubble of the Chronic the whole entire day. And I was really excited about that concept until she said grape. And then somehow, like I said, I don't know how that threw me off, why that seemed to just all of a sudden repulse me. But I struggled from then on. So weird. It reminds me, and thankfully, so Divine Decadence. Lots of people, they smell that fragrance. It's a very green vanilla. Lots of people get is pickle juice. And I don't notice the pickle juice. And I happen to love pickle juice. Like I'll drink pickle juice. Like I wouldn't drink a whole glass, but I will have pickle juice. If my stomach is feeling off, sometimes I'll drink pickle juice and it helps. So I don't know. Anyway, for some people, as soon as you say, oh, it smells like pickle juice, they smell it, they smell the pickle juice and the fragrance is ruined. So I love grape. So I don't understand what happened, but for whatever reason, it made me feel sick. I felt literally nauseous by the end of the day from the fragrance. So I will definitely be trying that fragrance again because it is a gorgeous fragrance, but I'll definitely go light on the sprays and it'll probably be a couple months before I can do it because I can smell it. Like it right now, it's down, like I have to reach down to pick it up and I can smell it. I can smell it from here. So I'm just very aware of that smell right now. And I did not go. The times where you pray that you'll go anosmic and you won't, this is one of them. So it doesn't sound like a great advertisement. It's a really great fragrance. Actually, all of these fragrances are beautiful. Not so much Girl of Now Forever, but the rest of them are beautiful. But unfortunately, yeah, they've been ruined. I have to be in the mood. Like I said, with the chronic, I'm going to have to wait a while now. Hessie, if you're watching this, thanks a lot. I'm just kidding. Like, she was complimenting me. Just my weird brain. Anyway, that is it. What about you? Have you guys had a fragrance that you absolutely love and then you put it on and all of a sudden it's ruined for you? If so, leave it in the comments. Tell us your stories. And other than that, have an amazing week. We'll talk to you soon.